Hey, welcome back to Midas Letter Live. My guest this segment is James Anderson. He's the CEO of NuLegacy Gold Corp, trading on the TSX Venture under the symbol NUG. James, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, thanks very much, James. It's a pleasure to be here.
James, let's start with an update. What is new with NuLegacy? I see you've started drilling at Red Hill.
Yeah, that's right, and that's essentially what's new. There was a lot of snow on the ground here over the last 6 or 8 weeks. We had some substantial late snowfalls in Nevada, so that slowed us down. We were originally targeting a March 15th target date to start drilling, so that was pushed back about 6 weeks. But as I've discussed with a lot of the crew in Reno, I think that was actually a benefit for us. It's given us 6 additional weeks to go back and re-log a lot of the drill holes that we drilled last year and in previous years, and I think we've got a really good handle on exactly where we want to drill in order to target some of the higher grade of this deposit.
Sure, okay. Tell me a bit about how you guys originally obtained this project and what was attractive about it to you guys at the outset.
Originally, so what we've managed to acquire through a series of agreements, principally with Barrick, is a 100 square kilometer tract of land where we control 100% working interest in it. The thing that attracted us to this area originally is simply the tenor of the deposits that are nearby. So within the Cortez Trend, Barrick produces about 1 million ounces of gold per year from 2 really large operations called Pipeline and Cortez Hills. So you think about that for a second. I know all of the junior companies like to talk about the big deposits that they're right next door, but the ones that were right next door produce 20% of the gold of the world's largest gold producing company. So I think that's quite a statement about just how important these deposits are. In 2010, Barrick made another significant discovery right across the valley, so about 7 kilometers away from where we're working. That's called Gold Rush, and you can see on that slide, Gold Rush is currently quoted by Barrick at 10 million ounces, but at 10 grams, so it's very big and very high grade. That is Barrick's most important development project anywhere on the planet. It sits just across this broad valley from where we're working, but it's not just closeology. We've got the same rock types, same style of mineralization, same Devonian carbonate host rocks, and we found a lot of gold here over the last few years.
Fantastic. So then, that being that sort of proximal to a big deposit like that, and finding the same sort of rock types and geology, etc., it's how far exactly from where you guys are? Like, it's when you say across a broad valley, it's not like
so it
500 miles across a broad valley.
That would be a very broad valley. It depends on how you measure it exactly. It depends on whether you're measuring it from the claim boundary or the middle of their deposit or the tip of their deposit. From the tip of their deposit to the middle of what we call the avocado deposit or gold area, it's about 7 kilometers or 4.5 miles.
Interesting. So then, you've got 15,000 feet of drilling planned at this stage. What is your expectation in terms of the outcome? Are you proving up? Are these infill holes? Are these step out holes? Are they, initial exploration holes?
Yeah, they're not really initial exploration holes. We've been drilling this for about 3.5 years now. I invite your readers to go to our website and look at some of the drill results that we've posted. On our presentation, you'll see some of the highlight drill holes. So we've found a lot of gold over the years in our south, central, and north iceberg zones. Last year, we made a significant discovery called Serena, which was originally a 375-meter step out from the northern part of our north zone. But I can tell you that the really high-grade portions of these deposits can be quite elusive. Now, we've had assays as high as 10 or 15 or 25 grams, but over relatively narrow widths. So what we're targeting this year is the intersection of a particular type of limestone unit that's very productive in this area called the Devonian Wenban 5. The intersection of that with some low-angle thrust faults that we're able to identify both in geophysics and in very painstaking geology as well. So at the intersection of those, we expect to find bigger intervals of those very, very high grades, just like they do across the valley. I will say one other thing too, that there are 3 of our directors are senior ex-Barrick people, but we also have people on the ground that are ex-Barrick as well, including a fellow who joined us just about 6 months ago named Charles Weekly. Charles worked with Barrick for over 20 years in Carlin and across the valley at Gold Rush, and he feels very confident that we have exactly the same setup in terms of stratigraphy and in terms of controls of mineralization. So he's very confident that we're going to be able to have some of these very exciting high-grade results this year.
Great. Well, that's a great update, James. We're going to follow with interest. We'll come back to you in a quarter's time and see how the drilling is panning out. I'd like to thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'll talk real soon.